Plasma membrane. What is a plasma membrane? Plasma membrane is a semi-permeable bilayer that surrounds the cells of all living organisms. It also known as the cell membrane. It separates the internal environment of the cell from its external surroundings, and playing a crucial role in maintaining cell integrity, regulating the passage of substances in and out of the cell. Have on it receptor proteins that can bind to signaling molecules, initiating a series of events inside the cell that regulate cellular activities. It also contributes to cell adhesion, allowing cells to bind to one another in tissues and form multicellular structures. So, what is the plasma membrane composed of? Plasma membrane is composed of lipid, protein, and carbohydrates. Let's take a closer look at what the plasma membrane looks like. The plasma membrane is primarily composed of a lipid bilayer. Phospholipids, which have phosphate head and fatty acid tail. Hydrophilic, water-attracting, heads and hydrophobic, water-repelling, tails, are the main structural components. Our bodies are made of approximately 60% water that can be found inside and outside the cell, so these phospholipids arrange themselves in a bilayer with the hydrophilic heads facing outward and the hydrophobic tails facing inward. Another lipid component of animal cell membranes, cholesterol. Cholesterol is selectively dispersed between phospholipid molecules. Works by preventing phospholipids from being too closely packed, thus preventing the cell membrane from becoming stiff. Integral and peripheral proteins are embedded in the lipid bilayer. These proteins have various functions, including acting as channels and transporters for molecules, facilitating cell communication, and serving as receptors for signaling molecules. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are often attached to proteins or lipids on the extracellular surface of the membrane. Carbohydrates that attach to proteins called glycoprotein, important in cell-to-cell communications and transport of substances across the membrane. Carbohydrates that attach to lipid called glycolipid, maintain membrane stability and to facilitate cellular recognition and cell-to-cell communication. Overall, the plasma membrane is a dynamic and essential structure for cell function, providing a barrier between the internal and external environments while facilitating communication and transport processes.